Hi all, Kitamari here, covering Iwakura Aria. This is the full game. This time I'm not using my VTuber model for this one. This is going to be about the first hour of gameplay up until a certain point wherein I'll be forced to stop because of the the policy as far as the streaming policy and content creation policy. I'm also going to do voiceover for fun because it was requested. And so anyways, Iwakura Aria, Nintendo Switch version. This is on the Switch 2. Let me see. First, I might want to show off some of these features, and I'm going to be a bit cautious about this. We have automatic quick save, manual. We have a full color manual here in the game. Really nice looking one too. Now, extra, we have an album for all of the artwork, music, side story, clear list. So I want to show some of this so you can get an idea of how much content is in this game. It kind of helps a little. 6 side stories. Not sure how long all of those are, but what really excites me is right here, the clear list. This is indicative, I guess, of the number of endings. And I've received, let's see here. I mean, not only the endings, but the chapters as well. I have finished the first 2 chapters, and I've played this game for approximately 6 hours, possibly 7 hours. And, you know, I think it might be closer to 8. I'll have to put it in the description if I look again. But yeah, those are just the first 2 chapters. I'm almost done with chapter 3, I believe. And I also received a bad ending. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. So when you make certain choices in the game, you could prematurely end the game if you make the wrong choices. So thankfully, there is an option to save pretty much anywhere. There's a quick save and there's a hard save as well. And language, Japanese and English. So anyway, new game. Let's jump in. Thank you so much for being here, by the way. I'll have a link in the description. Check this title out when you can. I remember the summer of 1966. I had nothing and understood nothing about the real world. I was 16 years old that summer. 33 years have passed since then. That was the year a dream I never could have imagined became my reality. The voice that changed my fate was so gentle. I raised my head, my eyes squinting from the piercing sunlight. It was so bright. Even to this day, it still feels so. Hello? Hey, where are you? And now we have this opening sequence. And yeah, I'm doing this kind of silly sort of voiceover on top of voiceover. There's original Japanese dialogue. And I'll probably rush a bit, and I'm sorry for any ways in which I kind of cut off any of the natural dialogue that's in there. I kind of want to keep this a brisk video in that sense. And oh, I adore this art style. This art style is so special. Also, towards the very end of this video, I'm going to talk a bit about the story, as spoiler-free as I possibly can, just my overall opinions and thoughts on the story and the characterization and stuff like that, up to how much I've played. This will be most of the prologue and into chapter 1. As much as is permitted, so. Iwakura Aria. All right, let's start. Chapter 1, A Beautiful Painting. I had a feeling that the sunflowers wouldn't bloom this year. Surely the morning glories wouldn't bloom either. A sculpture of an angel. She's sleeping. I'm sure that's because it feels so out of place here. Even if you plant seeds here, it's not like they will even sprout. Just walking from the front gate to the main entrance is incredible enough. And then to top it off, there's even a fountain on the grounds. The government declared a few years after I was born that we as a nation were no longer in the post-war period. But this residence feels like the only place around that isn't Japan. I didn't even know it was possible to be this incredibly wealthy. I guess you can't imagine the likes of something you have never seen before. The grounds are so vast. From here, the gatekeeper looks so small. It has been exactly 1 week since I stepped foot into this completely new world, where even the air I breathe feels different from any other place I have lived until now. It all began when I met the head of the household, a man named Amane Iwakura. I really don't want to go to job interviews. At the beginning of the month, I quit the construction company I'd been working at since I graduated from junior high school. It had only been about a year since I started there. I even told myself that I wouldn't run away no matter what happened. Both my boss and his business partners were much older than me, yet I had to deal with their advances every single day. The feeling of that huge, moist hand grabbing my thigh on my last day there, it still clings to my skin. It just won't go away. What the hell's your problem standing over there sighing like that? I'm the one who should be sighing around here. None of this stuff is selling. I told you, it's because you're selling nothing but junk. Nobody's gonna buy this stuff. It's not their job to buy it, it's our job to sell it. Don't you get it? We have to do stuff like this because you just had to come back. This is Kitagawa Orphanage. It's the place where I spent the majority of my childhood while I was being moved around to different foster homes, foster parents, and institutions. I spent the last year here before I was eligible for employment somewhere. We were hosting a bazaar that day to raise money to help with the orphanage's operating costs. Tableware with ugly patterns, towels with their colors faded, and the crown jewel of the lot was a doll with a creepy face. It was all so ridiculous. Everything was lined up in front of me, and all of them were items that seemed like they were particularly unlikely to sell. I wish I never painted something like this. It was a watercolor painting I made of a bird. I've almost never been praised for it, but I've loved creating works of art ever since I was little. Usually I just doodle some things in my sketchbook, but since I came back to the orphanage, I have been doing some paintings while I spend time with the younger kids. It was only in those moments that I could just forget about everything and enjoy myself. However, much to my dismay, this caught the attention of one of the staff, and since they thought it'd help liven things up, they ended up selling my art at the bazaar. Maybe I should just quit painting. I was just doing it for myself as a way to relax, but when they decided to put my art up for sale, it felt like both my art and the feelings I put into it were as worthless as the rest of the junk they were selling it with. I wouldn't exactly call this a lively event. Everything is truly awful. The weight of the stress made my head hang low. How much is this painting? The use of color is really good. I think my daughter will like this. Oh, my apologies. Is this not for sale? It's for sale. Would you by chance be the one who made this? I felt so awkward as my face grew hot, but I managed to softly nod in response. That's when I saw him, Mr. Amane Iwakura, with a wonderful smile on his face, began admiring my artwork with this incredibly sincere sense of earnesty. Oh my god, my heart is absolutely pounding. I've never had someone praise my art like that before. All of that sadness I was feeling just a minute ago had just completely vanished. You were the customer? I'm sorry, sir. Please excuse us for a moment. What's the matter? Ichiko, you're just about done here, aren't you? Go on back inside. Oh, I'm fine. I still have 10 minutes left in my shift. Huh. I think your sorry, unemployed ass is anything but fine. The director put in a request with the board, and they went out of their way to make time for you this Sunday. You better dress nicely and have your hair done up. Don't you dare do anything to embarrass him, got it? God damn it. I hate this so much. You're the one embarrassing yourself around here. Well, you better be listening. I know, I hear you. I'm so sorry, I have to go. Please, wait a moment. If you're looking for work, you should come work for me. I have actually been looking to hire a live-in housemaid. If you're at all interested, I would like to speak with you about it. What? Me? A live-in housemaid? I'm sorry, but there's no way you... yes, I almost forgot about the painting. I don't have much money on me at the moment, but would 2,000 yen suffice? With those words, Amane gracefully slid 2 bills into a can that only had some loose change rattling around inside. That was the first time I've ever seen paper glisten like that. Looks like I still have 15 minutes to spare. Since I'm here, I might as well. I pulled the new sketchbook that I just bought yesterday out of my bag. I can definitely kill some time with this. What should I draw? I guess I'll draw that angel. Suddenly, beautiful emerald wings fluttered right past my face. They playfully danced around the fountain, then gently landed on the shoulder of the sleeping angel as if they were taking a rest. How beautiful. Okay, I got it. This should be good. I really thought about giving up on my art, but Amane's words were powerful enough to get me to go buy a new sketchbook. He offered me food, clothing, and shelter with a more than adequate salary. He even said that I was free to pursue my hobbies as long as I did my work. Then he told me that I really need to create more art. Those words made me so happy. The staff members said that I shouldn't take him seriously, but I ended up buying not only a new sketchbook, but some extra new pencils as well. How cute. It was a first page worth commemorating. For some reason, looking at this piece makes me feel like everything will be okay. It's going to be a lot of work to fill this sketchbook up, but I really hope I can fill it with lots of beautiful art while I'm here. Great. Looks like I'm right on time. I put the sketchbook back in my bag, then began walking towards the entrance. Is that a crow? Where is it? It might be in the garden, but it's so vast I have no hope of spotting it. Oh, someone's standing there. He's so big. I wonder if he's a security guard. He followed me from the gate all the way to the entrance. Hello? Why is he watching me so intently? Did I do something wrong? Pleased to meet you, sir. I'm Ichiko Kitagawa. I just started working here today. Yikes. He's completely ignoring me. Maybe he's not allowed to talk to people or something like that. I feel like I remember someone telling me that's the case at a castle in England. I managed to convince myself that I was correct, and awkwardly forced myself to walk past this man who would no longer look me in the eye. Ah, that car. Next to the entrance, a jet black luxury car was parked in the driveway. This was the car that Amane got into when I saw him off that first day I met him. Nothing about any of this was a dream. Suddenly, the reality of the situation hit me all at once, and I was now very tense. This is absolutely not the time to start feeling nervous. That's when I looked down at my watch and saw that it was now exactly the time that I was supposed to be here. Phew. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I then rang the doorbell. I could hear a voice calling out from inside. That was when... As if someone was standing by waiting for me, the doorknob quickly made a clinking sound as it began to turn.
Ichiko-kun, irashai. Yoku kita ne.
Welcome. Please come in. For some reason, there's this notable loading time when this particular CG comes up. The ceiling is so high. It's quite hot out there, isn't it? I was surprised to hear that the temperature would go above 30 degrees today. Even though it's the last Sunday in June, I still felt like summer was still a little ways off. Just the entrance hall of this place alone is bigger than a normal person's entire house. Ichiko? Don't just stand there. Please, come on in. Yes, of course. But, my shoes. You don't have to take them off. We have many guests from overseas, so we do things in a very Western style in our house. No, I see. Well, in that case... Filled with hesitation, I nervously took my first step inside. I just needed to take another step, then another step. Wow. Even the sound of my footsteps in my cheap shoes echoes with an enchanting elegance. This is too much. It feels like I'm at a fancy ball or something. It reminds me of that famous... what's it called? Rokumeikan? Well, you have such an incredible entrance hall, and it just kind of reminded me of the Rokumeikan building. Not that I've ever seen it in person or anything, but I just imagined. I see. You truly are an artist. You have an incredibly good sense for that sort of thing. This residence was designed by a British architect during the Taisho era. It may not have the splendor that the Rokumeikan has, but it's still just as extravagant. It's reflected in everything from the design to the materials used. Here, take this wainscoting, for example. You can see all of the designer's fine attention to detail. The same can be said for the mantel above the fireplace. You will be working here after all. It would be good for you to take some time off to get more familiar with the fine details of the residence. Wow, thank you for sharing that with me. I'm looking forward to seeing more. Then I'm sure the other rooms won't disappoint. But you must be tired. I apologize for making you stand around like this. Allow me to show you to your room. You should rest for a bit. Then, we can talk about work. I can't believe that my room is inside the residence itself. I figured I'd be staying in a separate building or something. Amane led the way, with the sound of my footsteps following directly behind him. The floor creaked softly. I could faintly hear the sound of clothes rustling. It's so quiet. A little too quiet. Where are the other service folks? We have some that come and go, but you're the only one who lives here. Huh? What? But please don't worry. I have no intention of burdening you with all of the housework. Your room is on the second floor. Please watch your step. No way. I didn't think for a second that I'd be the only one. I wonder if things will be okay for me here. Ichiko? Hi. Yes? Things were not at all what I thought they would be, so that urge to just stop in my tracks was strong. Despite my slightly trembling legs, I forced myself to start climbing the stairs. I could hear my heart pounding in my chest. What am I going to do if something happens? From the top of the stairs, my room is the one straight ahead, and yours is on the left at the end of the hallway, over there. There is no way anyone would come here to help me. That is my daughter's room on your right. That's right. I forgot that he had a daughter. The blood that quickly drained from my face came back and made my cheeks hot. That was close. Thank goodness I didn't say anything weird. I emerged from the staircase into a wide hallway. All of the closed doors made it feel rather claustrophobic, while at the same time the sunlight coming in from the skylights made it feel rather open. Being in a space where you could feel both of those sensations at the same time was pretty overwhelming. Your room is the one straight ahead. Or that's what she says. Right. It was originally made to be the master bedroom, but I remodeled it after my wife passed away. It now also functions as a workroom. The bathroom is next to the stairs. We need to be considerate of each other's privacy during bathing times, but you are otherwise free to use it as you please. This is the guest room, although we don't really have guests coming up here. Amane suddenly cut himself off when he placed his hand on one of the doorknobs. Oh, it's you, Aria. I didn't realize you were awake. Aria. I guess that's his daughter? That's a pretty uncommon name.
おいで、Ichiko.
Come here, Ichiko. I'd like to introduce you to my daughter, Aria. Now that I think of it, I never asked how old she was. I wonder, maybe she's still pretty young? I did what was asked of me and stepped into the guest room. In that moment, I realized that any of my predictions about her were completely off base. I could only see the back of her as she gazed out the open window. She had long hair that went down to her waist, and her slender ankles were peeking out from under her skirt. She was clearly much taller than me, not to mention that aura she gives off. She doesn't seem like a child, so she's probably not younger than me.
Aria.
Aria? Amane called her name and urged her to greet me. She then calmly turned to face me. It was in that moment. A Renoir painting stood before me. I suddenly remembered an art book that I had completely forgotten about. Somebody had donated it to the orphanage. It was a rather large book. She had this dreamlike beauty. Her thin neck, small face, and big beautiful eyes were now facing me. So when we press B, we can see stuff and things. You can see the full CG. I also want to mention that one of the great things about the controls of this visual novel on the Nintendo Switch is being able to push pretty much any direction on the left analog stick and you will advance the text. It's a more pleasant thing than I was thinking, definitely. Her black hair shined with a bluish tinge from the sunlight. It accentuated the translucency of the whiteness of her skin. It was like the window frame itself was framing a real-life painting. There, standing before me, exuding a beauty that had to be seen to be believed, was Amane's daughter, Aria Iwakura. Oh. Her small face, ever so petite, neared me. The outlines of her lightly colored eyes came into view as they absorbed the light in the room. What should I do? Should I greet her first? Yeah, I guess I should. So, get some choices here. And as I had stated before, the choices, they can be important at certain junctures. It's good to keep saves. You can actually save. Oh yeah, you can also see this backlog to reread previous text. But you can save pressing start at any time. You can go ahead and do a hard save. So I'm going to choose hold out your hand. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Ichiko Kitagawa, and I'll be working here starting today. Okay. She replied, glancing at my hand but not shaking it. Right. I look forward to working for you. I'm such an idiot. Why in the world did I hold my hand out? I wonder if that was considered rude. This is so awkward. Her quiet demeanor suggested that she is a person of few words. Maybe it's because both her face and body were so doll-like, but I felt like she was rather cold and distant. Father?
Hmm?
When did you rearrange the furniture in here? Oh, just the other night. I thought it'd make the front half of the room feel more open. Why? I have a little idea. I'll keep it a secret for now, but you'll find out soon, Aria. Right. She spoke softly as she slipped between us and made her way out of the room. As she got closer to me, a sweet scent that I had never smelled before softly filled my nostrils. What is that? It smelled so good, like a mix of flowers, medicinal herbs, and citrus. I guess beautiful people have a lovely scent to them as well. Are you going back to your room? Yes, not feeling very well. I see. Then please rest well, Aria. Aria is quite frail, you see. I thought she would be sleeping all day today, so I'm glad I was able to introduce you to her. Now let's see. How much did I tell you about this room? A mild breeze was rustling the curtains. She was just so beautiful. In my mind, I could still see her facing away from me in front of the frame. What a beautiful painting it would be. The girl depicted in it could turn to face me once again. When our eyes met, my throat got tight and I had trouble breathing properly. I'll see you again in an hour. hear anything about this. Just when I thought I was able to breathe again, the thoughts I had in my mind came spilling out onto words as I exhaled. Into words. The attractiveness of the person I'm working for has nothing to do with me, but wow, I must have felt like I was betrayed. Like I took a sneak attack straight to the face. It's only natural that I'd be nervous spending time with someone that beautiful every single day. My heart was still beating like mad and wasn't showing any signs of slowing down. Oh jeez, I have to snap out of it. I took some deep breaths to try and bring myself back to equilibrium, then took my time as I looked around the room. Suddenly, I felt as if my field of vision was slowly starting to expand. Wait, didn't they say this used to be an altar room? Yeah, Amane mentioned that to me when he was telling me about the rooms. The ceiling seemed to be quite elaborate. It resembled a go board made out of latticed square timber. It's so cool that I can look up at the ceiling when I lie down every night. I wouldn't say this room is all that big, but it is both beautiful and comfortable. To think they would let me use a room like this. Feeling incredibly grateful towards Amane, I began to unpack my belongings. Not like it would take very long with the small amount of things I brought. I put my pajamas and underwear away, after which I quickly found myself feeling pretty bored. That's right, he mentioned that he gave me some work clothes to wear. Are they here? I casually opened up one of the drawers to find 2 outfits of the same color, neatly folded and tucked away. Wow, this fabric is so silky smooth. These feel way more expensive than my everyday clothes. I slipped the dress over my head and tied the apron that was lying underneath the dress. I tied the ribbon in the back nice and tight, and unbeknownst to me in that moment, I began to smile. A brand new maid's uniform that fits me like a glove, a beautiful fountain visible from my window. It all makes me nervous, but at the same time, it is not the least bit unpleasant. I can't remember any other time in my life where I felt like this. It was a quiet room where nobody can hear me talk to myself. It feels like another lifetime ago when I was silently crying in my 3-person company dorm room last month. Maybe I can finally get a fresh start here. I was 16 years old. There I was, living on my own, right at the beginning of adulthood. Alright, I changed my clothes and I'm ready to go. Wait, what? It's only been 30 minutes. I don't know what to do with myself. I guess I could take a look at some of the rooms in the 2nd floor while I wait. Every room in this house is going to be a workplace, so I should be able to come and go as I please. With Amane's words echoing in my mind, I quite quickly put them into action and began moving. Okay, which room should I check out first? So, this section of the gameplay, we have 3 rooms to choose from, but eventually we'll be able to check out every single room in the house. And because this is chiefly a mystery game, as you can probably tell from the opening movie, it is worth it to actually look in all of the rooms. And in some of the rooms you'll be able to talk to characters, but oftentimes the rooms don't hold very relevant information. But because they sometimes do, it's worth it to try to go to them if you have the patience for it. And not only that, but you can go to a room and then go to another room and then go back to another room and then go back to the same room again and then get new types of dialogue sometimes. Amane's room first and foremost here. Oh, this is Mr. Amane's room. It was an opulent room with eye-catching wallpaper and decor with red and gold tones. The vibe in here is a bit different from the rest of the house. I guess this is just his personal preference. There's lots of very expensive-looking things around the room. Look at that huge camera. It's so cool. In the bathroom? It's so spacious, not to mention incredibly stylish. The bathtub is also deep enough that you can easily immerse yourself in it. The changing room and the toilet are both neat and tidy. It really makes me wonder if it's okay for me to use this room. So if we go back to Amane's room... Wait a second. It looks like the phone on the desk is off the hook. That's kind of strange, but there might be a reason for that. I really shouldn't just hang it up without saying anything. Who knows what would happen? I think I'll just leave it alone for now. In the bathroom one more time. The bathroom is both cool and comfortable. open the window, I see. You can spot the driveway from here. I'll just head to the guest room here. I can feel the after effects of what happened earlier. Standing in the same place Aria did before, I could feel my heart beating softly. Looking at the room from there, I noticed that the furniture and decor in the room was not only tasteful, but it matched with the rest of the residence's interior quite well. It's a phonograph and some records. I wonder who listens to these. On top of the glass shelves were a bunch of Western-style figurines arranged in a well-balanced, aesthetically pleasing way. There's so many angels. They have such cute faces. There were 7 angel figurines in all. Among them was an angel with this charming, gentle look on its face that really caught my eye. What was its name? Oh, she's drawing it. Gabriel. Gabriel? The other ones are named... Cheh, that really spooked me. What's going on with that arm? Everything here looks really expensive. I need to take extra care to not break anything. So, in order to get out of this loop, right, you have to press B, which is cancel, and then say stop moving, yes. And then you will move forward with the story, and you have to do that every time. It can be a little bit puzzling at the very beginning right there if you didn't know about that, because usually when you think cancel, you think, okay. But that's how you are supposed to move forward, so. Each room is both beautiful and charming in its own way. It's fun just to look around, so I don't feel like cleaning them will be such a chore. I remember Mr. Amane said that I was the only live-in worker here. He said he wouldn't make me do all the chores, but I wonder how that will pan out. Lost in thought, I glanced over at the clock to see that an hour had now passed. I guess it's too late to worry about those things at this point. I looked at myself in the mirror and adjusted my collar. I then took a big, deep breath. Okay, let's do this. I stepped out of my room, which I had already begun to get a little attached to. Oh wow, this coffee smells lovely.
Ichiko-kun.
Well, there you are, Ichiko. Come, let's talk here. Yes, sir. What a huge window. You can clearly see the garden from here. I thought it would be nice to sit someplace where we can see outside. Is that okay with you? Thank you so much. It's such a vast and beautiful garden. There's so many flowers. This smaller dining room is called a breakfast room. It was designed to be a pleasant space where you can enjoy your first meal of the day. I enjoy the garden as well, but it's hard work to maintain and replant things throughout the year so that it does not become desolate. Even from here, I can't quite tell how far back the garden spans. I'm sure it really is tough to maintain an area this big. Now, would you like some pastries? You can choose whichever ones you like. The coffee's almost ready. The hot water ran down from a thin spout, then disappeared into the paper filter. The coffee's rich, deep aroma began to spread throughout the room. What a handsome man. It feels weird to say it at this point, but Mr. Amane is far from ordinary looking. He's both tall and refined, so he looks good even when he's just standing around. I don't know, it's the way she says that, that she would say that, it's just kind of weird. Huh? What am I thinking? His daughter bears some resemblance to him, but at the same doesn't. And when I see him like this, maybe Mr. Amane is actually the more doll-like of the two? I don't think I agree with that. What's wrong? Did you want to ask me anything? Or something? Oh, you and your daughter look so much alike, or yes, I have a question. Yes, I have a question. I guess I have a question. Do you like coffee? Coffee? Ah, indeed I do. Both the taste and the smell. Okay. Not bad at all. Here, Ichiko. This one is for you. Thank you very much.
それじゃ
Alright, let us get down to business then.
イチコ君
Now
にお願いしたい
Ichiko,
人
your
は
main tasks will be focused on cleaning the house, but there are some other things I would like to ask of you as well.
まずは
I would really appreciate it if you could complete all the tasks I have written down here without issue. Amane then reached into his pocket and handed me a white piece of paper. Collect the sheets and laundry in a special basket and place them outside the service entrance to the kitchen before noon. The paper he handed me had 5 tasks written down with all the specific details I needed.
大まかだけ
I know it's just a rough outline, but does that give you enough information to complete those tasks? Yes, this will be very useful. It makes it very easy to understand what I need to do and when it needs to be completed by.
それはよかった
I'm very glad. If you don't understand something while you're doing your tasks, please feel free to come and ask me any questions you might
その
have.
時は
Thank you so much. Wait a minute, but who will do the rest of the work that isn't on this list?
うん
I suppose there are some other things I should tell you. First things first, in regards to why you, Ichiko, are the only live-in maid, housemaid. Almost as if he suddenly remembered something, Amane took a sip of coffee and continued on.
今は
I know it may seem quiet around here now, but there used to be more than 10 people who lived and worked here.
無論
Everyone helped run the household and worked hard, but with more and more people came more and more problems.
それだけ人が多いと
Naturally, we dealt with thefts and the intense interpersonal issues that arose. It simply began to wear me out over time.
いざこざに年々疲れてしまってね最終的
I
には
carefully considered the pros and cons, and in the end, chose the more carefree option and decided to live
いない
alone.
気楽さを持った
That must be why, aside from daily cleaning, he has outside help for the other chores. There's a nearby dry cleaners that takes care of the laundry every day, and someone from a local Western restaurant comes in to prepare all of the meals. I never even imagined that one could live like this. I guess it's easier than having people always in your house and dealing with the uneasiness of that.
それぞれ
The most efficient way to have a task completed is to entrust it to a skilled worker. However, I can't say that doing this way is always enough. I would be very grateful if you could act as the liaison between us and them. Taking out the laundry baskets to be picked up, then washing the dishes after meals. As I read through this list of tasks, I realized that it painted a perfect picture of all the things that must have caused Amane trouble in the past. I had to do various chores everywhere I've been, so I feel like I can handle this. Granted, it's not necessarily easy work, but I'm relieved to know that everything I'm being asked to do is something I'm at least somewhat familiar with, or have some experience doing.
あとは
That just leaves building a good rapport with Aria. That's number 1 on my list. Oh, since I'm the only housemaid here, it's only natural that I would be looking after her as well. May I ask, what is she like?
アリアかい
Oh, Aria? She's a very honest and good girl, of course. She's very beautiful as well.
とても美しい
I'm sure you realize that already, though. Yes, I haven't seen someone that beautiful even in movies. Yeah, as a parent, I agree with you. However, with such outstanding beauty, she experienced a lot of dangers growing up.
際立っているとはだが
But as fortune would have it, well, maybe I shouldn't call it fortune, but due to her weak constitution, she has always been homeschooled.
自宅学習でね屋敷から出ずに
Ever since she stopped leaving the residence, she has managed to maintain a relatively peaceful life.
今は
Nowadays, Aria is responsible for tending to our guests and making sure they feel welcome. That's unbelievable. I can't even imagine living like that. I wonder how long it's been since she left the house. Must be hard being both that beautiful and so physically weak. So, her job is to handle the guests that come? I have my friends and acquaintances visit, and many of my business colleagues as well. I don't just invite anyone, you know.
誰でも招待アリアの話は
Even though I
表
make
立って
efforts
し
to
ない
not
ようには
speak
してい
about
ても
Aria publicly, naturally,
噂を聞いて
there
あ
are
りがたい
rumors that get
ものも多い
around, and so many people want to meet her. Sometimes even important people from overseas want to meet her. Important people? I guess he means politicians or something?
もちろん
Naturally, there are people drawn in by the Iwakura name. I often find myself at a loss for how to handle
手を
them.
焼いているよ
The Iwakura name. As soon as Amane uttered those words, A conversation I heard a few days ago at the orphanage between a contractor and one of the staff members crossed my mind. Who would have ever thought that girl was hiding such a huge fortune? I mean, with a last name like that, I'm sure they must have been former nobility. By the way, I had a look at that house, at the address you gave me. Holy crap, that place is absolutely massive. If they ain't former nobility, then they probably aren't exactly upstanding citizens, if you know what I mean. If I were a young girl, I'd use all my assets to try and get hired there. Ugh, that was so gross. Just remembering what he said made me want to puke. But I'll give him a little credit, because it doesn't seem like it was wrong. I don't know what flavor of nobility they could have been, but based on what I just heard from Amane, it certainly seems like the Iwakura name carries some historical significance. I always tell her not to push herself too hard. She's considerate of my position in her way, so she always makes sure to accompany me to formal events. However, that is about the only opportunity she has to interact with others. She almost never gets to speak with people her own age, so I always hoped an opportunity would come along. Now I get it. I can't help but wonder if someone like me would be a good conversation partner for her. I'm sure if he looked around, he could find a more suitable person than me. So, how did the housemaids who used to live here get along with her? Good question. There was one housemaid she got along well with, but they had also known each other since Aria was very young. As she grew up, though, well, anyway, I'm afraid your predecessor, who was here up until a few months ago, won't be much of a reference for you. Predecessor? She just didn't get along with Aria, so we unfortunately had to fire her. Fire her? I was at a loss. Aria's the type of person that doesn't bend once she's made up her mind on something. But I don't want you to worry about that, Ichiko. She was much older than Aria, whereas you and Aria are the same age. I'm sure things will work out between you two. I really believe that. I'm glad he's so optimistic, but just because we're the same age doesn't mean everything is going to be okay. Wait, he really just said we're the same age? Seriously? Oh. You haven't touched your coffee. I guess you don't like bitter things? Ah, well, you see, if I drink it with something sweet, it's okay. I'll have some. You don't have to force yourself. You can add all the milk and sugar you want. Aria actually doesn't care for bitter things much either. See? There's something else you have in common. She also doesn't like onions. Oh, if that's enough to make us get along, then I'll take it. Oh, would you look at the time? I'd hoped to show you around the first floor, but that will be difficult now. Do you have work? Yes, something a little urgent to attend to. You can officially start working tomorrow, so why don't you take time today to look around the house, however you like? How did you like the second floor? Did you check out any of the rooms besides your own? I did. Your room was absolutely lovely, Mr. Amane. Thank you. I really like the wallpaper. He likes his own wallpaper. I'm going to the study. If you need anything, feel free to come ask me anytime. Understood. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule for me. You don't have to be so stiff. It's my responsibility as your employer, after all. I feel like you'll pick things up pretty quickly, so just take your time getting used to everything around here. It's not good to rush that sort of thing, right? His voice was so calm and composed. I nodded my head, then Amane gently narrowed his eyes at me before leaving the breakfast room. I heard the sound of a door closing in the distance and felt my shoulders instantly relax in that moment. I really ended up in an unbelievable house, didn't I? I listened carefully to everything he said, but I don't know if I really understood at the time just how amazing it all was. But at least I know what's going to be expected of me for work. I just need to make that my top priority and make sure I do my job well. Gotta just get used to things around here first. Mr. Amane really is an incredibly kind gentleman. He's really difficult to get a read on, though. I probably shouldn't rely on him too much. It made me feel a bit empty inside, knowing that I can't just accept his kind words at face value. Still, when I can think like that, I feel I can hold my head up high. Okay, I'll just take a look around the first floor for now. What was the noise just now? A window? I stepped into the adjoining room while I was trying to track down the sound I just heard. Is this the dining room? My footsteps echo louder in here than anywhere else I've been in the house. It's big enough where it could be used as a dance hall. This wall is made of a different material. I think it's called a partition. This one feels like it's a little taller than the one in the entrance hall. What is this carving? Is that some fruit? I looked up and saw an intricately decorated white ceiling. I wanted to look around and admire the beauty of this room some more, but it didn't seem like the sound came from here. All of the windows were closed and there was no sign of anyone around. Hold on, that wall has a small window. Is that a service hatch? Then surely it's connected to... I knew it. It's the kitchen. There was a pantry connected to it, with an opening in the wall facing the dining room that had a huge serving table set up. Even though there's only 2 people living here, this kitchen is bigger than the one at the orphanage. I guess it would really come in handy if they ever do big parties in the dining room. I really wonder what the sound was from before. Could it have been just the house creaking? This thing is heavy. That sure caught me off guard. This is finally the last of it. For crying out loud. Why did it have to be so hot today of all days? Was she the one making that noise? Maybe I heard the back door close? Looks like there's bottles of liquor in these boxes. So maybe she's from the liquor store? Excuse me. You scared the daylights out of me. Oh, how did I say daylights? Oh, hang on. You must be the new housemaid, right? How long have you been here? You just get here? I'm sorry, I didn't even notice you there. Mr. Amane even told me you'd be starting today, and it just totally slipped my mind. I'm Sui Miyauchi. I'm the chef here. Chef? Oh, you must be the one from the Western restaurant, then. That's right. I'm from Kitchen Plus. My family's been working at the Iwakura residence for 2 years now, but ever since this spring, I've been preparing all the meals by myself. Whoa, she does all this on her own? That's incredible. So what's your name? Oh, it's Ichiko Kitagawa. How old are you? 16. Oh, we're the same age. That's pretty awesome. Nice to meet you, Ichiko. You can call me Sui. I felt a bit overwhelmed by her bright and expressive mannerisms that clashed with her otherwise cool yet tense features. Nevertheless, I somehow managed to nod along to what she was saying, and... By the way, since I'm in charge of the meals, if you have any requests, just whisper them to me, and I'll do what I can. Sui said this with a smile as she flashed me her perfectly aligned teeth. Her casual and down-to-earth demeanor just naturally puts me at ease. I've hardly had the chance to meet anyone my own age ever since I graduated from junior high school, and yet somehow I managed to meet 2 people my age today. Aria and Sui. I guess everyone around here has interesting, unique names. I'm just Ichiko. Alrighty, I have to put these on the stand. Phew! Sui has a very different demeanor. Hang on, this might not work. Oh my, what is this? It's so heavy. Phew. Thank goodness they didn't fall. Thanks, Ichiko. I had to carry around loads of stuff today, so I think I'm just totally wiped out. That's so amazing that you can carry stuff this heavy all by yourself. I'm pretty confident in my strength. I'm loading and unloading ingredients for the shop every day. But wow, it'd be really swell if everyone helped me out on a crazy hot day like today. Even when I catch him looking right at me, that security guard pretends like I don't exist. He doesn't stop bowing whenever Mr. Amane's around, though. I see. feel like I learned something about this guy. Sui's so full of emotion when she talks. I could listen to her all day. She went through a wide range of ever-changing expressions as she told me more stories. I nodded along attentively. It's just... Before I knew it, with kitchen knife in hand, Sui had all the ingredients she was going to use neatly lined up on the counter. I looked on with bewilderment as she both quickly and evenly chopped up all the potatoes on the cutting board. Wow, she really is a professional. Do you always make the meals here? I guess it depends on the day. Recently, I've been making a lot of stuff at the shop and bringing it over here. Oh, by the way, we're having beef stew today. This is my signature dish, so you better look forward to it. She's amazing. She makes beef stew. I felt like she instantly switched from shooting me a friendly smile to intensely focusing on her handiwork. I know we're the same age, but Sui seems way more self-reliant and grown-up than me. This really isn't the time for me to be daydreaming. I should take this opportunity to check out the rooms I haven't seen yet, so I can do things right when I start working tomorrow. So, we have a few more rooms to check out now, including some new ones. Let's go to the sunroom first. Wow, what a lovely sunroom. You can clearly see the garden from here, too. I've always admired the sunrooms I spotted at rich people's houses in my neighborhood, but this one thoroughly puts any of those to shame. Both the size and design are on another level. What's that? Someone in the garden. The heat haze made it a bit hard to see, but that was definitely a tall man. He had a stepladder slung on his right shoulder and a huge pair of pruning scissors in his other hand. Seemed like he was tending to the garden in this heat all by himself. I mean, this garden is massive. There's no way it could be maintained without a gardener. It made sense when I thought about it, but the idea that someone would have a dedicated gardener at their home is still something else. Now, drawing room. I think this is the drawing room where they entertain guests. The exquisite furniture is arranged beautifully. These windows are gorgeous. What are they called again? Was it stained glass? It felt like walking into a church you could find overseas. There's another door in here. Let's see. Oh, looks like it's connected to the sunroom. Breakfast room. This door has a large glass window. I can get out to the terrace from here. There's a small table and some chairs. I guess they eat out here sometimes. I never even imagined being able to do such elegant things. Dining room. What a grand chandelier. Makes me wonder if it had come crashing down in an earthquake. That is a thought I would have, probably. Oh gosh. Kitchen. Okay. Oh my, something smells wonderful. Smells amazing, doesn't it? I cook the meat and vegetables separately for my beef stew. Come on, Ichiko, give it a little taste. Actually, let me just add a little salt and pepper first. Okay, here's your fork. Thank you. I'll just have a bite. This is so good. I know, right? This is just my opinion, but I think that any good meat will taste great if you simply just grill it. That really is the best way. I think you might be right, but still, I'm really looking forward to trying your beef stew. Thanks a lot. I'll make sure it tastes better than some plain old grilled meat. So that one was not labeled as red. Usually the ones that are quite relevant will have a kind of red label to them. But anyway, let's go to the storeroom. This looks a little dusty. I guess that's because there hasn't been anyone else working at the house. It's pretty tidy for the most part, but it still looks a bit messy with all these things piled up. It looks a little creepy too, that storeroom. I can stop moving for now. Okay, I feel like I have a decent idea of the house's layout now. That just leaves... Right, I need to take care of the trash cans outside. Hey. Oh, Miss Aria. What's the matter? Did something happen? Yes? I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything since this morning, so I feel like I might faint. Ah, I see. You're hungry. Right. You're hungry. I'm so sorry. I will go and see if they can make you something to eat. Yes, do that. Oh my god. I thought my heart was going to burst out of my chest. I turned around and her beautiful face was just right there in front of me. Damn it, this is awful. I made myself look like an idiot in front of her. At this rate, she's going to end up hating me. I need to turn things around quickly. Phew, I need to thank my lucky stars that Sui was there. My first day came to a close without incident, and I breathed a huge sigh of relief. We put together some warm bread from the toaster oven, steak, and some veggies to garnish. The beef stew was still cooking, so we had to come up with something so we didn't have to keep Aria waiting. Thanks to Sui's quick thinking, we were able to bring her a delicious meal pretty quickly. It's good. She really is beautiful, even when she's eating. Even just thinking about her like that is enough to make me feel this strange, spellbound feeling. I couldn't believe that she only took one bite of each thing on her plate, but I guess that's just how things are with how delicate she is. She's the exact opposite of me. Looking down, I can see my bloated tummy even though it's already been a few hours since I ate. But still, Sui really is an incredible chef. Everything she makes tastes amazing. With skill like that, it's no wonder they were able to leave her in charge of this by herself. Phew. What time is it? Oh, it's already 9. I peered out the window and saw the stars twinkling in the night sky. Suddenly in that moment, I felt a rush of sadness, like my heart was being squeezed. I see. It was that first night feeling. I felt it when I first moved into the orphanage, whenever I went to live with foster parents, and when I moved into the company dormitory at my last job, even though everything about this place was so much nicer than the ones before. I still felt that same depression, loneliness, and anxiety. It was like my entire body was remembering those feelings. Today was just fine. I'm not afraid of anything. This was the first day of a whole new experience. The wave of depression that suddenly washed over me slowly but surely began to fade away. My bed is so soft and comfy. I wonder what tomorrow has in store for me. Oh, I never asked either of them what time they usually wake up. I wonder if 6 o'clock would be too late. No, I should probably play it safe and get up at 5 o'clock. The last thing I'd want is for them to think I'm an oversleeper. I reached for the alarm clock I brought with me and set the shortest hand. Okay, that should do it. My eyelids slowly began to close as I gazed up at the beautiful ceiling. Soon after, I drifted off to sleep. I can't hear a thing coming from the next room. With that thought in mind, I found myself on the precipice of a dream. There was a sweet scent in the air. Aria turned to face me as she stood in front of that same window. She was radiant. I was being engulfed by the light shining in from behind her. Without any resistance, I began to fall into a deep sleep. Father? Are we finished? Ah, yes. That's fine. Good job. That was the extent of what I can cover of Iwakura Aria. And getting into some closing thoughts, right? This is a kind of slower going storyline. It is very verbose. There's definitely a lot of descriptive dialogue. There's a lot of kind of meandering, it would seem. Things do get a little bit faster moving as you go forward, and the characterization is pretty deep. It deepens a lot. It's kind of a shame that we don't see more scenes with Aria sooner. She's the title character here, and she's pretty important to the storyline, and she actually evolves a lot across the span of this visual novel, and there is just a lot of secrets and a lot of sort of mystery permeating everything. And I like the whole aspect of the house, right? And being able to explore the house, being able to notice little things that might be relevant. There's definitely, without, again, I want to make this as spoiler free as possible, but you can kind of tell from the opening movie, right? Like at the very beginning, that there's weird stuff going on, that there's like something pretty darker or sinister underneath the surface. And I would say that the way in which those themes are introduced and the way in which they kind of move forward in the narrative, it's well done. And it can be a little maddening though at times, because our main character, she can be a bit clueless. She can be a little too in denial, though it makes sense given how this is a story that has a little bit of a suspense to it. And if she was a little too observant of certain things that happen later on, then obviously she might even think about leaving this house, but she doesn't really do that. So we kind of get to gradually see more information unfold, and things that happen are pretty unexpected, I would say. There wasn't anything that necessarily that I guessed once it was revealed. Overall, the mood, I enjoy the mood. I like gothic mysteries. I have kind of a history of liking gothic mysteries across the span of like books and movies and TV shows and visual novels, and they don't come around all that often. So I was very much looking forward to Iwakura Aria. It's a little bit too slow for me, but it has a lot in common with stories that I already really like. I guess to give a few examples, it's like Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, the book, the movie adaptations and stuff, Bly Manor on Netflix, The Innocents, that is a movie based on The Turn of the Screw, I believe. Those are all examples of like some titles that sort of remind me a little of this. Might be within a similar vein, I suppose, or Jane Eyre is another example, but this one has a little bit of romance, It's not too serious, the romance, at least as far as I have played into it 8 or so hours. This is definitely more of a character-driven, sort of mystery-driven storyline, and you'll kind of know, I think, going in and learning more about this title, whether it's up your alley or not, whether this is the type of thing you're interested in. And it's quite lengthy. I adore the art style. I do think that the amount of locations and places there are that the main character visits and goes to are quite limited. The house is interesting, but only to a point. So this title has some mixed reviews here and there, and I can very much understand why, but at the same time, I've enjoyed my time with this title. And I'm looking forward actually to trying to get all of the endings and really seeing things through more and more. The CG artwork along the way, the character illustrations are all so fantastic. A lot of the writing is very good. The voice acting is fantastic. I do have some issues with the pacing. I do have some issues with the main character having a little bit too much when it comes to just her endless thought processes and all of that, but that's also very common of the visual novel genre. It's not apparent from this first hour, or maybe in general, but Aria's characterization is actually quite well done. Initially, she comes off a certain way, but things kind of, like I was saying, evolve and improve in some ways. So anyway, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for listening and watching. Check this game out if you're interested. I will have a link in the description, and I'll see you later. Bye.